Sculpting is basically in stages, like you could see on the presentation. So it takes a lot of, maybe not a lot of time, but quite a lot, couple of evenings for each figure, because of the stages you're working in. You can't you're working with. You can't make a figure in one setting, right? In one single stage. Yeah, I will. These are the parts of the. They are very simple. If you like to take a look, these are very simple, basic shapes for the upper torso. I usually make the figures at about 48 millimeters, 50 to the eye line. So in 1:1 scale is about 170 centimeters tall. So pretty accurate for World War II. The people were a bit smaller in the 40s than they are now. So especially when it comes to tank crew, right? They were even smaller. So yeah, I use some tweezers for straightening the rods, the paper clips. And it really doesn't have to be that straight, just basic shape of it. Yeah. I have the size of this is rather fixed because I always make them in the same size. So these are basically all the same. Maybe some are slightly bigger, some are slightly smaller, but the difference. Actually, I don't bother about this difference because people are different. So you can have some taller guys, some smaller guys, and it will be more realistic actually. So don't get too much into the shapes, into the sizes of these parts, just to keep them accurate in the scale. And if there is a 1 millimeter difference, it's not a big issue. So yes, I will proceed with this. I'll use this here. This is just a CA glue, a bit of this. I try to leave a small gap between them just to have some movement here. You can replace these with copper wire. It's more if you like some more. If you need to do some more practice with adjusting the pose of the figure, you can use copper wire. So you'll be able to even when the glue is dry, you can make more movement in it, and then prepare the pose of the figure. So yeah, I will do some drilling now in the boots. So just this is quite soft resin, so it's not that hard to remove the resin from here. So you can make the boots longer when you apply them to the leg, or shorter. It depends on what you want to achieve. Oh, there's one thing I forgot to say. I forgot to tell you in the beginning about Magic Sculpt, because I advise you to be a little bit careful with it, because sometimes I heard from people that they have some allergic reaction when they were working with Magic Sculpt. So just be aware of this, because there's nothing happening with me. You know, I'm working without any gloves for many years now, and I'm okay. So, but there were some cases that there were some allergic red that their skin turned red. So, and don't touch your eyes and any gentle parts of the skin. So Yeah. Okay, we have this ready.
You don't use any other branches of putty?
No, no. I was using
Putty?
I was using milliput in the beginning because back then it was like 2004. Magic Sculpt wasn't available in Poland at the time, and we were having the milliput, a lot of it. But milliput, I'm not a big fan of this putty. The standard milliput standard is more the grain is more harder than the Magic Sculpt. Magic Sculpt is finer. The grain is more compressed. Yeah. And for example, if you would like some finer putty from milliput, they have the white one, but it's very dirty. You will get all dirty with white. So I prefer to use this. I'm using it for like, I don't know, 7 years, I think. Yeah. It comes in different shapes. I know that you can get some bigger ones from the US, like 5 kilograms even. But for normal sculpting, 300 grams it will be fine. Will be enough for a person who wants to sculpt from time to time. Even the smallest package, this is 100 grams in total. So this is just fine for sculpting several figures. Okay, we have this ready almost. I twist this part a bit to fit it to the hole in the. So I'll apply a bit of glue here. I just leave it for a while to dry up a little bit. So if I have some figures already done, I just compare the size to see how tall the figure is already. I just drill the holes like, I don't know, 3 millimeters deep, so it will glue well with this size, with this deepness of the hole. Yeah. Here's a head. You can apply it at this stage.
Do you always work with your heads fixed? You fix your head first rather than just...
Excuse me?
The heads are always fixed on your figures. You start with the head in place. I know a lot of people stop.
Well, I drill a hole in the head so I can, if you want to make some adjustments, you just can, change it a little bit. The glue will hold it because it will create a thick layer inside the hole, so you can have a bit of movement here. So maybe just a bit more glue. So we can check if this, just maybe a little bit deeper with this one. This is a little bit too shallow. Yeah, so this is basically the mannequin. And at this stage you can adjust the body just if you want a more leaned position, or you can do anything at this stage. This is a basic shape of it. So then when it's dry, I drill holes in the heels, and then I attach them to corks. These are normal, you can buy them in shops where there are items for producing wine, or even in supermarket. So these are very useful because you don't touch the figure that much. Sorry, yeah. You don't touch the figure that much and you can easily work all around it. So, and you have, because it's very thin, right, and long, you have access from all the sides. You can actually get everywhere, almost everywhere. So yeah. This is the thing. I think I will drill some holes in the heels and attach it to a cork. This is a 1mm drill. Those fit perfectly. You have some small amount of movement there. It's always better to make a bigger hole for the attaching points than make it too cramped, right? Because if you will press the rod inside, the magic sculpt can crack. It's quite strong, but it's also fragile. So have this in mind. Yes, more or less completed at this stage. Maybe let's have this. Yeah. Maybe it's a little bit taller than the others, but it's just a lecture example. So this is basically the starting point of the whole thing. I'll show you I will apply a bit of this. The resin compound is very sticky, so yeah. It don't smell too much, don't stink, so you won't have any problems at your home that the family will be, Lately I discovered some tools made of silicone. These are very soft ones, actually. They are. I got used to my tools, those simple ones. Sorry, but these can be useful too for pressing the putty to the armature. For example, this tip is very sharp, so you can do some wrinkles with it, and then soften them with a brush. So, and these come in, I think, the ones I have, they come in 5 different shapes, so you can have a wide range of using it. So I make small rolls of it, just like this. Yeah. And I make them a bit flatten them, yeah, and to be able to wrap them around the wire. I think this will be the best position for the camera. Yeah. So you don't have to, when you're applying this to the mannequin, you don't have to be so much accurate to recreate all the body parts, the chest, or just a basic shape. Sorry, just a basic shape to get it look like a human being, right? Because later on you will cover everything with clothes, so nothing will be visible. So going too much into detail is not so necessary here. Yeah. So this is it. So first, in this stage, I'm covering all the joining lines, all the joining points of the body, and leave it for a while to like 2 hours to have the putty become dry, right? Yeah, just like this. So you can actually apply everything with your fingers. Just a bit of practice and you'll be able to get everywhere you need. Just a little bit of help from the toothpick. Yeah. Yeah. So this is more or less the initial shape, right? I will add a bit here to the back. A good thing about sculpting is to observe how the body behaves and to observe the anatomics of the body, because, for example, the shoulders have this section. I don't know the English name for this part. Yeah. So remember that it's not only like a straight line here and the head pops off suddenly, but these are small details, but they add much realism to. Then you will have a more realistic figure. For example, like with this one, I made it leaned far too much to the back, but I know that when I will apply the jacket, the upper side of the jacket, it will look okay. So if you at this stage when you're creating the pose, if you overdo a little bit, it's not bad. It actually helps later on, because you can always adjust it, right? Cut some, remove some putty, or add a little bit here and there, and yeah, have this in mind. Don't worry if the pose will be a bit too, maybe not like some manufacturers, like, you know, strange poses sometimes, but yeah. So I create more of these rolls here to have them. Now I will add a piece that will imitate the butt, right? His butt. As you can see, it sticks well to the wires and doesn't stick that much to the fingers. I think it also depends on where it was stored when you buy it, right? Sometimes I remember that one time I bought a very fresh. I think it was really fresh from the factory, and it was really sticky. Even this part was like sticking to the fingers too much. So I needed to grease the hands a little bit just to work with the putty. So yeah. So I apply this in sections, and then with this tool I join them, right? Yeah. This is more or less about it. where this is the boring part, you know. It's much more interesting to proceed with the wrinkles, but it's always, you know, you never know what you come up with. You have the basic idea, and then you start sculpting, and sometimes you can, you know, surprise yourself with what you come up with the final result. So here's, yeah, it's not dry yet, but it's, oh. The glue is not dry yet here, so let's hope it will hold. Well, good sculpting is, I think, about not only the idea, the material you use, but also the tools. So it's if you like to start, I think I advise you to maybe not copy this one, but make your own, the one that you will like to work with. This is very useful. So I think I need to add a bit of glue to the head because it's got, yeah. Yeah. So if you feel that the shoulders are too narrow, you can always add some putty. Don't worry about it. You can always get back to something at a certain stage, maybe not through the whole process. For example, it would be bad to start reworking something in the trousers, but you can always do this. Just cut a bit cut a section you don't like with a sharp knife. Just be careful not to ruin too much around it. And then you can apply a piece of putty and then again start working with it. So this to mark the knees, the knee line. This is better. So this is a basic shape of the mannequin. Now we should leave this for a while to dry, and then we can, using a knife, we can remove the putty. For example, here is the piece of it's the pelvis, right? The pelvis. So to cut it, just cut it, to carve a bit of all the excess putty you don't want to have on the figure. So if you like to take a look, it's a very simple example, but I think it will I hope it will convince you to starting your own things. So I think this is it, more or less. If you would like to ask any questions, any more questions, I can explain you. But